Just consider those members of the Congress that were our leaders during a revolution. Benjamin Franklin of Philadelphia with his homespun wisdom and wit. John Adams of Massachusetts, a firebrand if ever there was one. And myself, a farmer from Virginia, raised to customs and interests altogether different from theirs. Although we differed in temperament and habit, we were able to put aside faction and division to become more than just allies. We became countrymen. When the war began, there was no American army. There were only Minutemen, these New England militias that had answered the call to fight for the rights of themselves and their neighbors. They weren't soldiers, and not yet. They were shopkeepers and farmers, laborers who had left the comfort of home for an uncertain future. They were heroes. These citizen soldiers formed the core of a new Continental Army, and I was honored to be named as their general-in-chief. We were soon joined by men from other colonies who set aside regional differences to unite under a common flag. We faced the greatest fighting force the world had ever known in the British Army, a professional military with superior training, supplies, and experience, backed by the might of an empire. How could we hope to stand against such a foe? Well, I will tell you, they did not quake or tremble at our military might, nor at our martial prowess. They trembled at our unity. On July 4th, 1776, 13 colonies came together to choose independency, saying that these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states. And in so doing, we showed the whole world that our love of liberty is greater than the differences between us. This was not a lesson that came easily, my friends. No. No, indeed. This lesson came from the unfailing spirit of tenacity, endurance, and sacrifice that has become synonymous with the name of American. It was this spirit that saw us through the darkest days of our revolution. In December of 1776, many had begun to lose hope. This is when Thomas Paine wrote those immortal words, "These are the times that try men's souls." I had, on a cold Christmas evening, those words read to the soldiers as they prepared to cross the Delaware. This inspiration led to victory over the forces at Trenton and breathed new life into our cause, proving the tenacity of our resolve. When the British captured the capital of Philadelphia and we were forced into winter quarters at Valley Forge, the men were dressed in little more than rags. Indeed, it was possible to track our progress by the bloody footprints in the snow. Despite the hardship and suffering, the men persevered, proving they had the endurance to rise to any challenge. All citizens were required to sacrifice during our war for independence. There were families thrown into upheaval because the men would leave to fight. Sometimes the entire family would uproot themselves to follow the army. Years later, they returned home to find only ruin. And some made the ultimate sacrifice and did not come home at all. When you ask me how we won the war, I tell you roundly, it was tenacity, endurance, and sacrifice. It was in the darkest moments of the war, those moments when all seemed lost, that the truth became apparent. The great strength of America comes not from the sword of the soldier or the pen of the politician, but from the spirit of the people, a spirit that triumphed with unity over division. I have seen what division and faction can do, my friends, and I tell you plainly, I fear disunion more than I ever feared the armies of Great Britain. For a foreign enemy may threaten our shores, but division threatens our very soul. It is my hope that the union of familial affection betwixt us may be permanent. I know that each and every one of you, without exception, loves liberty with every ligament of your hearts. Yes. We have our differences, but those differences are a source of strength and are far outweighed by our similarities. So, each of us must put the needs of others above our own, and the good of country above all. The sacred fire of liberty must be preserved by mutual respect, accommodation, and goodwill. If we can manage to do that, I believe this nation will endure for centuries to come. So friends, let us give a cheer to the United States of America. I shall give you a hearty hip hip, and you shall respond with a huzzah. To the United States of America, her liberty, her union, and her glorious future. Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip!
Tonight, we celebrate a nation born from courage, shaped by sacrifice, strengthened by resolve. A republic founded on the enduring promise of liberty and equality for all. From the fields of Lexington and Concord to the shores of Normandy, generations have answered the call in times of trial. The American spirit has never ceased to rise. Under the command of General George Washington, the indispensable leader who carried a revolution through impossible odds and united a new and fragile nation, the American experiment lives on. We are a people of dreamers and builders, pioneers and protectors, different in background, yet united in the belief that the sacred fire of liberty rests in the hands of the American people. On this 250th anniversary of the United States of America, we honor all who built and defended this nation, and we renew our commitment to the timeless work of striving toward a more perfect union. E pluribus unum. Out of many, one. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate this great nation. Travel safely and come back and see us soon. Good night.
C-SPAN's coverage of America 250 is supported by Comcast, NBC Universal.
You've been watching C-SPAN 3's all-day coverage commemorating America's 250th birthday. Tonight, we'll take you to the Times Square ball drop, courtesy of C-SPAN partner Spectrum News, coming up at about 11:30 Eastern. The C-SPAN networks, delivering round-the-clock, uninterrupted coverage of the nation's 250th birthday, bringing the most comprehensive view of this once-in-a-lifetime celebration with festivals, parades, and fireworks displays.
Up next, the National Constitution Center's Liberty Medal ceremony in Philadelphia. Pope Leo XIV accepted the honor and delivered virtual remarks from Rome. We'll also hear from Philadelphia Mayor Sherrell Parker, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, and other religious leaders.
Welcome to the 2026 Liberty Medal ceremony in honor of our recipient, His Holiness Pope Leo XIV. We are honored to welcome members of the Religious Leaders Council convened by Interfaith Philadelphia, representing more than 30 faith traditions across the greater Philadelphia region. Their presence reflects the spirit of mutual respect, religious liberty, and common purpose that we celebrate today. Please welcome our distinguished guests. Senior Rabbi at the Congregation Rodef Shalom, Rabbi Jill L. Maderer. Founder, President, and CEO of Esperanza, the Reverend Luis A. Cortez, Jr. Director of the Mayor